today is a friend of the show, the CEO of PURE5 Extractions, the man, the myth, the legend. George is in the building, and it looks like you brought Santa Claus with you as I turned to the left. I mean, Santa, come to the show, said Santa. Go ahead.
Come on, Santa.
Come on, bring
ho,
George.
ho, around here.
I like your outfit. That's pretty good. That's
I
really
mean,
nice.
Santa, I don't know if you brought George or George brought you, but it's good to have the green Santa here in the building.
Well, you know, I keep a list, right?
Yes.
And I've been kind of checking it a little bit, right? You know, and here's the thing with these two, there's still time. They have time, okay?
Thank
Okay.
you.
Okay, they still have time.
So
How
George
great
must be
is-
on the bad list then.
George,
so if he has time to
I
get it
didn't know
right.
you brought your own green Santa with you, man. Do you do that everywhere you
I
go?
have a lot more tricks than that.
I love it, George. I'll tell you, what did you want for Christmas this year?
Oh, the list is long. We have a short time.
Yeah, exactly. 25 years in the game. I love what I see. Safe, fast, and efficient extraction. That's what you guys do. You guys have huge machines. You guys have a nice setup here at the MJ BizCon. Talk about your machine and how you guys extract this cannabis.
Yes, we have 25 years experience in botanical space. We started with industries like fragrance, flavor, and we entered the cannabis space about 7 years ago. And our target was to provide experience to our clients, experience that they cannot get elsewhere. That's why the name of the company is PURE5. Purity in 5 senses. We challenge your perception for the world around you, the botanicals, how you experience. All this thing is just building up. So we provide the world-unique technology for extraction of botanicals that brings all the terps and cannabinoids together in a single run, and it's really solventless.
You know, George, I am a real fan of your guys' product. You know, I'm around it enough to know I get to actually use it, and the terpenes, the flavor profile, it's very natural, and you know, a lot of people I feel put a lot of different oils or stuff in it. Do you guys always use just and I'm not your oils, you're the device, right?
Correct.
And
we have
the
a device too.
But I mean, you provide the oils as well.
We provide the oils to partners.
Yeah, so some of your partners.
Yeah.
But it's really the machinery.
It's the machine that
and
is
the
the
hardware.
magic. Yeah, the
And
machine
then-
is the magic.
And then the hardware is yours too, right?
The hardware is ours too. We build it, to design it to be so unique, to not overburn the terps, and to provide a large volume of smoke.
Yeah.
So really experience the plant.
The whole experience with this product right here.
Oh, look what Santa has for you.
Oh my gosh, you know, and you get a bag of Jack, and you get a bag of Jack, and even you
Wow.
get a bag of Jack.
Well, thank you.
Oh,
28 grams of Jack
Oh,
Rare.
I know all the good ones.
You got the first wish, 20 to go.
Get it, Santa. Get it. That's what I'm talking about.
That's
Jack
the way
Harris.
to get it, Jack.
Hey, don't forget
No pun
Goldie.
intended.
Don't forget Goldie
Yeah.
over there.
Oh yeah, let's not forget Goldie. That's my favorite.
Never forget Goldie.
I'm on the bad list though, you know.
So what are we looking at here in my hand here?
So this device is unique by the design. We have a cartridge which has a horizontal filament which is pulsing the current and burns gently the terps inside. You can burn very heavy resins without need to dilute the modenic. And that's why extracts we put there are 100% pure, straight from the plant, without any solvent exposure.
Which makes a huge difference because the quality that you taste, you really get the plant, right? You're not getting something else that they're putting involved.
It's a combination of the extract and the pen.
So why does it hit so well? Because a lot of people's
That's the thing about
pens,
this,
I'm
yeah.
serious. Like a lot of people's pens, I hit them. And,
I know Vooz
and they
isn't
don't-
you, but this Vooz one that they use, that your oils that you make, is everything.
Yeah.
Well, I was for search for a pen like 5 years ago, and we found the best pen on the market. That's how we started with this pen, promoting with our extract.
And then, so when you talk about this machine, right? Because you have to talk to us like we're fourth graders because we don't understand the system of how it works, right? I mean, unfortunately, we just don't have that knowledge. So can you explain to our listeners why your machines are so much more superior than others?
Well, when somebody's coming from the pharma world He's looking for technologies that extract the pharma ingredients. We come from the fragrance world that we extract essential oils for living, and flavoring world that we try to bring the best taste. So when you select the method of extraction, you really think of what do you extract and how you bring the most of it. So why our extract work the best? Because we extract the full terpene profile without create byproducts in there. We keep every single terp in the mixture, and the solvent that we use is a gas that has a very small molecule, and it doesn't bound with anything. Like example, I give you example of CO2. CO2 is very aggressive solvent. It does create byproducts because it oxidizes.
Sure.
We don't oxidize anything. It's as natural as possible. You pretty much get the extract exactly as it appears in the plant, and your experience is exactly like that. You just multiply it like 10x because of the concentration of the extract.
Does that in return give you a better quality high? Because it sounds a lot more safer for sure, right? Because you don't have any.
Is it safer?
It's absolutely safer because you don't add anything that.
It's all natural.
Yeah,
Everything.
it's all
So,
natural.
but I mean,
Feels like it is, yeah.
But so many people are adding, I think butane and CO2, and sometimes I believe water even, right?
Yeah, there's some water extracts as well. The experience actually is proportional to the amount of terps in there, which is a real plant profile. And that plant profile, the terps makes the cannabinoids more bioavailable.
Right.
And that's now the market is crazy about this byproducts like HHCs and D8s and HECPs, and that's all the same product, same cannabis molecule, but added some fractions that may make that molecule more bioavailable. But you don't need to do that if you use the full amount of terps that the cannabis plant provides you.
Right.
And that's how, when you have the full terpene profile, 1 + 1 makes 4. Your experience is 4 times stronger.
So let's talk about you for a second. What kind of background do you personally have?
Well, I have a PhD in physics, and my background is really in high-tech technology.
Okay.
And I started this as a hobby because I had this vision of plant medicine, and that's why I started this business.
Yeah.
And now cannabis kind of opened another door because, the strongest plants, the forbidden fruits, actually, they work the most and strongest.
Isn't that funny?
And it's crazy to think, George.
That's not funny, that's the truth.
I mean, it's funny though.
I mean,
It's
George,
like-
as you
it's
look
like-
at this cannabis plant, does it still baffle you that there's no limit to what it can do? Because like your company, your machines are faster, better, stronger, right? And you're able to break down this plant in a better, faster, stronger way.
Correct.
But it still baffles me that they don't know all that this plant can do. And that's the part that is just the most intriguing in my opinion. And I'm just wondering what your thoughts are on that.
Well, I'm all about strain-specific medicine, and I've been talking to people that have been experimenting different strains, and I can tell you that there's a strain for every sickness, literally. And there is enough research right now in the National Institute of Health, and there are published publications for that cannabis directly cures 20 proven sicknesses that are talking about dementia, talking about cancer-related issues, and that's the thing. We really need to address the right combination, the right strain for the right people.
Problem.
Yeah, for the right problem. And Joe and I are big proponents of that. We've always spoke and said, one day we're hoping, I think our vision is to sit here one day and say, we've got it down so well that we can sit here and go, we know that if you take, this jack, for example, and you take one hit of this jack and it will take away your anxiety. If you take...
Or it's like 800 milligrams of
800 milligrams of this will get you that. And you have it like almost, I want to say almost like a pill, because I hate the fact that, the pharmaceuticals have such a hold on our world. But I think there's a day where that'll come that we will have those answers for cannabis. Do you believe that as well?
Oh, I believe it, and I see it myself, how there is that term, entourage effect.
Yes.
And that's so true. Because, every cannabinoid, it reacts to what a cell in the body. Like example, CBD recovers the collagen, THC, peripheral nervous system, CBG is your spine related.
Wow.
CBN is like
Sleep.
your central nervous. So it's every cannabinoid has its value, and when you combine it in an entourage effect, that's literally it proves all your body, and that's why strains they have amplified effects sometimes toward the nervous system, like CB1 receptors, sometimes to sativa toward the CB2 receptors, which are the more your body-related functions, metabolism-related, because that's the metabolism inhibitor.
And George, let me ask you, because you guys have the solventless extraction technology, great big machines. As you look at these and you're a scientist and you're always evolving, what are you looking for next?
I always look at this industry as a gourmet industry because you really cook for your clients, your customers, and you provide experience. It's about experience. We can, machine is a pressure cooker, and your extracts are the magic juice that you provide to your people. So there is a lot to be developed on that base, just experience. They really.
Yeah. That's good. That was a good. He says like the gourmet industry.
And you never know, because you never know what you're going to be cooking up.
Yeah,
And these machines, can somebody literally go, I want to get this for the house, or is it strictly for big companies?
We have smaller sizes. We are not pushing those now, but we have a single liter size. We currently sell a smaller size as 20 liter, but we make single liter as well.
How much
Are
you
they-
say?
1 liter volume.
Oh, okay.
So that can fit about 150 grams, 200 something.
And do you guys see that being something here at MJ Biz for you guys? Is it more personal, or is it just more big company here?
Well, MJ Biz is for everybody. Now you can see everybody in the industry here. Well, we used to go to small shows. The small shows are actually are very good for us because they don't see the big guys there. And I answer directly questions to customers. But here you can see everybody. You can party with everybody. You can discuss the future. You can see where the industry goes.
That's very true. I feel like the industry's been growing so much, in the last 10 years, 15 years, and it's really truly amazing to walk around the show floor and see all the different operators, the different machinery, the different lighting companies, the different this, that. I feel like, when you come out with a product like this, is it for the how many liters can I produce with your product that you're showing here at the show? That's not the 1 liter, it's the other one.
Yeah, the 20 liter usually
20
fits about 2-3 pounds. That's what you can process an hour. If you want to process live resin, it's only 20 minutes, but let's say we want to take the full spectrum well out, so it's about an hour. So 2-3 pounds an hour, and if in these 2-3 pounds we have 10%, let's say trim, we can produce about 200 grams of extract every hour.
Every hour.
Every hour.
And can you operate something like that 24 hours a day? Or
Oh, absolutely.
really?
Really?
Yeah, this machine works.
It just
like
keeps working.
a time, really.
I got a question, George. So most extraction processes, right, they lose lineage when they're extracted from the plant. What makes your machine different in that process?
Well, we don't miss any terp. We don't miss any cannabinoid. We save all the terps, literally.
And is it strain specific?
When you have a single strain, we get a strain specific oil out, and that's what we shine, where we shine.
And I noticed this machine here, you have to bolt it down when it starts to work. You load it up and you screw it in. It's not like a little ring, oh, just put a clip in. You actually put these bolts down, and there's like 12 of them, I noticed. It's doing some heavy movement inside there.
Yeah, that's for safety. Well, we can make the machine without bolts, but that's for safety for everybody. That's the safest way to build a machine.
Now, is this as far as do you have to have a certain licensing to put it? Is because how some of them are very highly explosive. You have to have them in bomb rooms and stuff like that. Is this something the same for yours as well? Or?
The aerosol we're using is non-flammable. It works under very slight pressure and at ambient temperature. So it's also used in inhalers for asthma. So it's completely safe to people. You don't need to, that's why you don't need C1D1 room. You don't need to have even monitoring sensors around.
Wow, which is great actually. That's probably it makes it a lot easier for everybody to get involved in the next extraction.
Yeah.
Never
for-
had a problem with the fire marshal, actually.
Never.
Our best part of the.
We don't want no problems with the fire marshal.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Not Fire Marshal Bill, not any Fire Marshal, period.
Not at all.
Y'all want to check out their website, you guys, PURE5Extractions.com, PURE, the number 5, extraction.com, EXTRACTION. We have the CEO on the show with us right now. George, thank you so much for taking the time to come down from the top floor and come hang out with us down here.
Thank you, guys.
Your
It was a
booth was
pleasure.
great too. I was
Yeah.
over there. I saw you guys. Seen the whole team. You have a great team up there.
Love it. And shout out to your girl Brianna over there that's always looking so good at that booth. It's Cannabis Talk 101. We'll be right back after this.
We'll be right back with Cannabis Talk 101.